Hello limit breakers and welcome to Challenger Insight, a daily series of high elo gameplay so you can learn from the best and improve as fast as possible. I mean best, literally the best, because this is Caps on Azir, currently rank 1 best in the West, arguably in the world, against Katarina. Now you might be thinking, Katarina, assassin, hard matchup for Azir. Nope, not really. Caps is going to smash this guy with his superior mechanics, but also map awareness. And it's funny that I say map awareness because he's gonna die to a little free gank, but map pressure, map awareness, playing with pressure and positioning according to pressure. So remember these terms, because this is what's going to happen. And let's just see how Caps is going to play his matchup and use his wave management to his advantage. He's playing against a melee assassins, and what I usually do is just slow push the wave, but Caps has a different idea. He just fast pushes the wave by killing the caster minions first. And now what you should be thinking is, where the hell is the enemy jungler starting? Now how do you answer that? You know that Kennen is top lane and bot lane is not bot lane, so it's pretty obvious Kha'Zix is starting on red buff. And this helps you so much to... And actually, I need to get my epic pen out, just so I can show you easier on what is going on. So, you know that Kha'Zix is starting on red buff. That usually means that he's going to do a red side clear, so all of this, and then he can gank at around 2 minutes 30. That's about the timing when junglers can come after their free camps and gank you. Now you know that Kha'Zix is not probably gonna gank you level 2 or level 1. He's maybe gonna gank level 3. So if you are pushing, you always want to ward. And the question is, when do you want to ward? And because you know that he cannot gank you level 2, you don't have to gank ward level 1. You have to ward after the second wave, that is around 2 minutes 30. So let's continue the replay, just keep this in mind. Catches again, fast pushing the wave, not much to it here, last hitting the minions. And sometimes right now you would go to ward if you want to, but not necessary because you're not getting gank level 2. So it's completely okay on this wave to try to punish Katarina from getting any last hits. Gets an auto attack, but it's a tower shot, not an ideal thing. Put the soldier down. And actually, the thing right now is, okay, your auto attack does around 45 damage for 0 mana, and your W does about 55 damage for 40 mana. So in terms of mana and mana to damage ratio, if you don't need the W for push and you're just poking level 1, it's okay to just auto attack them. You don't have to W, unless you want to proc your mana flow band, then in that case it's worth it. So level 2 keeps pushing. Now what you should do is try to push this wave, or at least go, because this ward is disappearing, and this is what Caps usually does. Just after a second wave he puts a ward right here, and this ward covers this entire entrance, and then you just play to the side, this pocket of the map, and they can't gank you, because if Kha'Zix wants to gank you after a red side clear from here, it's way too long for him to, you know, catch up to you. So you're pretty safe, and if he decides to go from the other side, you have a ward. So there, you just cover yourself. And please remember, whenever you want to play aggressive and punish your opponent, enemies are gonna come. It's a law, it's a rule in League of Legends. You're pushing, you're gonna get ganked, no matter what. Now it should be, whenever you are pushing and within your lane, your jungler should come and counter gank, but no, that's not what's happening. Sad, but that's life, you know. So he forgot to ward, decides to try to punish the Katarina a bit, keeps pushing the wave, staying a bit here. And look, this guy just walks in, Katarina jumps, and the thing when you're playing against champions like with these kind of dashes or jumps, if they jump right on top of you, you can't drift out, you know, they will block you. So what you need to do is flash first, and then drift, or die, pretty much. So this is one thing to keep in mind against these kind of champions. And this is a common mistake a lot of players do, happens to the best. So remember where the jungle started, warding the other side, hugging that side. But he has TP, so he's not gonna lose too much. And right now, despite Caps dying, okay, Katarina got only an assist, and so it's not that terrible. Caps TP's back into lane, full HP, full mana. Katarina is 65-70% HP. So right now Caps is winning the lane, and Katarina wants to push this out. She doesn't want Azir to freeze this wave, because then she would be denied CS and the experience. And just saying, guys, TP is broken. If you can, go TP, okay? Unless you are literally playing a champion that needs to kill, or the champion is useless. Like Zed. Like Katarina, honestly. I don't agree with this Q from Caps. And look how desperate she is to push this. And Caps can do this because he saw Kha'Zix in top lane. So he knows this is a 1v1 and Katarina is just legit trolling. And he's going to take her down. Now the reason why I don't agree with the Q is that it's really long cooldown and you're gonna use it only once in the fight. And you can't... Look, she's still in W range. So you don't need to reposition your soldier. So right now what you would be doing is auto-attack Katarina, keep auto-attacking. Auto-attacking. And now imagine she E's to this, you know, to the minion. She's out, she's safe, and you can't follow up. But if you save your Q, you can always follow up with the drift. So you want to really be mindful of using your Qs. And this is a big difference between really like the Azir one tricks and non-Azir one tricks. But you know, she decides, I can push this, I'm fine, I can flash out or whatever. Underestimates Azir's damage with little tempo. And just goes down like an idiot. And a mistake would be trying to push here. So what Caps does is, he sees the wave is good. When the enemy wave has 3 caster minions, so these 3 blue little guys, more than your wave, so you have only 1, and this is not even 1, he's gonna die. It is going to result in a freeze, that means that eventually the wave will be around here when you will be coming from base. And this wave will eat this... Let's just play the replay and watch here. It will eat this red wave, so let's just look at it. Beautiful experience. And now imagine you are Katarina, okay? You're just looking at all these minions dying, and this is half of a kill and a lot of experience gone. You also have to overextend in the lane now, exposing yourself to ganks. And Cap is just chilling. Now a mistake would be trying to poke Katarina too hard. You just want to make sure you get all the last hits. Look, Caps did 1 auto attack, but the wave is so big that minions just raped him and he can't do anything about it. So, yep, little misplay by him. Not like the biggest deal, but you always want to think about the minions when trading as Azir. Doesn't give Katarina an opening. She can't jump in when he's under his tower. Katarina warded here. It's important to ping. And now what do you know? Just make a status update. Katarina just used all of her cooldowns. But he still doesn't go in deep. Why? Because his jungler is just starting the crab, not coming, and he doesn't really know where Kha'Zix is at. Kha'Zix is. And if he goes in, he can't go out. He doesn't have flash. So he's just playing it safe. He knows that Katarina right now is in a tough spot. She needs to overextend, not Caps. He's just waiting patiently. Now look at this. Crab is almost done. Qiyana will kill this, and then she has some time. And she's around mid lane. And Caps has the health advantage and just walks up. And this is not random walking up, guys. Why didn't he walk up before? He had plenty of opportunities to walk up and trade like this before. He could do it here. He could just go much deeper here. He could still walk up right now. Why does he wait? For now. Because now his jungler has pressure. Now the jungler is looking. And the thing is, if Katarina decides to go in, she's dead. Or she has to flash out because she loses the trade 1v1. But let's say she doesn't lose the 1v1 trade. She wins the 1v1 trade. Even in this scenario, you need to think, okay bro, this is not 1v1. This is 2v1. So it doesn't matter if Katarina does 500 damage and the Azir does only 300 damage. If then Katarina dies to Qiyana. So he's just using the pressure of Qiyana. And this is all coming from map awareness and understanding the timing. And then goes to our trade, when it's a lose-lose situation for Katarina, and Katarina is hesitant here, because if she doesn't trade back, she will definitely lose the trade. If she jumps in, maybe Qiyana's there, and that's a bad news for her. So Caps will hit level 6 and he has way too big of a minion wave for Katarina to do anything. He knows that. Let's see what he's going to do. I think he just pushes and goes for a reset maybe. I wouldn't be too comfortable staying with this HP against Katarina, but he actually has a health potion, so I think he's gonna be fine. Goes for a bit of a poke, and now first thing you wanna do when you have priority, put down some vision, baby. Like right now he wasn't doing anything. You wasted around 3 to 4 seconds doing nothing, so it's a small mistake. You just want to... You know that you can't be here and hit Katarina. You need to ward first, so he could have done it sooner. And also, by going into fog, guys, remember, maybe yes, you can't poke your enemy laner, but just by going into fog of war, look at this. Look at blue side vision. This guy is missing, Katarina has to spam ping, and now this guy is pushing and it's like, oh no. You know? Oh no, Azir can come top. Or the opposite can happen on the other side. Here, oh no, Azir is missing, maybe he can go bot lane. And this already puts a lot of pressure on the enemies. So you need to think smart, think big, what you can actually do. Goes for a bit of a poke combo here. And now all you have to do is to play to your vision, which is top side right now. But Katarina is not level 6, she's not gonna try anything. You spotted Kha'Zix on a ward, I think Ghost Borok. That's Gucci. Now this is kind of troll. Yeah, this was a really troll face check. If the hook hits, I imagine he has to base at least. I don't think he will die. Nami is coming. He would ult. But yeah, this was really not something you should do because you just saw them bot side and you have no vision. Just stick to your top side vision. Small mistake by Caps. The thing is, not always the mistakes are not always capitalized on, but that doesn't change the fact that it's a mistake because in different world, in different scenario, this could cost you a game. Keeps pushing pretty hard right here, staying at maximum range, and Katarina just doesn't have the vision to really trade. Kiting the daggers. Look, he's staying at maximum range, and the replay actually crashed, so cut. I need to go back here. Oh, I took a life. Maybe further, maybe like here. Okay, and cut. And look how Caps is staying max range right now. That doesn't give Katarina any opening. Keeps pushing. A little more and more. And right now, you see that Kiana has pressure, okay? Priority. She can look for something. You have good ward here, so just play to the side of the map. And you can try to bait Katarina in. And now Caps wasn't giving Katarina any opening at all. He always kept somewhat max range, but now he knows this guy is coming. He doesn't, if he wanted to stay max range, he's here, but because he is now in range of Katarina, she will jump in instantly because Caps didn't give her this kind of opening before easily. She jumps in, easiest kill. And this wasn't mechanics, this wasn't oh my god insane challenger mechanics, this was challenger game knowledge, challenger understanding of positioning and pressure. Now let's go back to this play, because there's one more thing happening that's really important, because both teams have the same idea. Both junglers do red buff and then come mid lane. But tell me, what do you think is the difference here? Give you 3 seconds. The difference here is positioning. How you position yourself according to pressure. So let me explain. You have pressure, the Azir's team has pressure from here, okay? This is where Kiana is coming from. And this is where Katarina's team has pressure from. Now the difference here is that Caps is staying closer, positioning himself closer to where he has pressure and away from enemy pressure, which is there. This makes it much harder for Kha'Zix to approach him, while making it extremely easy for Kiana to approach Katarina. It also puts Katarina in a dangerous spot, while Azir is relatively safe. So imagine Azir would be standing right here and trading with Katarina right here. He's dead. Just like that, he dies. Kha'Zix jumps, Katarina jumps, bye-bye. But that's not the case, so both teams have the same idea. The difference is understanding of pressure and positioning accordingly. Position yourself to your pressure so you can create more pressure and bait your enemies and counter or play against the enemy pressure. And this is why Caps is able to win this fight, which is a huge swing in the game. Now Kiana grabs Frost, level 6, Kha'Zix is level 5, and this guy wants to cannon ease on this, which is stuns, and Caps rolls up for the easiest kill ever. Not sure if that was worth it, because it was a shutdown, it's somewhat an even trade, but getting your Azir fed is never a bad thing. And another small thing looks like a small thing, but it's actually pretty damn huge. Now, what would you do here? And I think you would definitely want to hit this plate, but that would be a big mistake, because Katarina is coming. Crap. Is coming from base, and you would be locked in lane with 0 mana, not really that good items, like you're even with Katarina despite having so much gold. So you would have a lot of gold that is not spent. 2k gold. Awkward situation, and this is the entire way how to throw your lead. So what you need to do is go a little back and realize that you never want to take a plate if it fucks up your tempo in the game, or if it can lock you in a bad spot. Now what you know is that it takes 25 seconds, okay? So Katarina dies now. You're just laning, doing whatever you want, but when Katarina respawns right here, it will take her around 25 seconds to walk into tier 1 mid lane tower. Now, from tower to tower, it's always, it's like 5 seconds. So from here to here, 5 seconds, from here to here, 5 seconds, I believe. 5 seconds, 5 seconds, and 5 seconds. So, at around 7 and 55, you can assume that Katarina will be there. Now, let's see. Yep, around that time. 53, 55. So, it also depends on your boots and etc. But yeah, he just knew when Katarina will be there, and he wants to have none of that happen. And this looks like such a small thing, but it's huge, guys. It's huge. How many times did you win your lane so hard, you greed for a plate, and then you need to be stuck in your lane for no reason, losing all of your read. Now he recalled, spends all of his gold, walks back into lane, and now you always ask, what the hell do I do when Katarina can be roaming, or Talon, or whatever? You just need to capitalize on it, take some plates, and spam the hell out of your team. If your team still dies, you know, happens. You did your best. That's what matters. But yeah, just do as much as you can. And now the thing here is that Thresh is trying to do something, but now Azir is so strong that it's not really gonna work. This guy is also around, so he doesn't feel very threatened. The hook of course doesn't hit, but even if it hit, I don't think it would mean anything. This guy is so tilted actually. And when you're playing against Caps, a lot of players just, whenever Caps gets rolling, you feel it's impossible to win the game. Like, it feels that he's unstoppable. Grabs the farm, Kiana is around, Nami is around, just keeps hitting tower. Yeah, Katarina eat in, died instantly. And what you need to think about is that in this game, Caps baited them so hard, all the time. Besides the one death in the early game, he played really fucking good. Really fucking clean. TP's here, wants to get the blue buff, knows that Kha'Zix can't come around, goes back into mid lane. And he's just too strong right now. He's Nashor's Tooth. There's nothing Katarina can really do. And then you're so strong, take everything, all the resources on the map, force fights with your enemies, but force them smartly, don't throw. You need to realize how strong you are. Right now he can 1v2, probably not 1v3, but 1v2 is pretty possible. And now if Katarina jumps in, he just walls. He doesn't have it yet, but soon. She jumps, he ults, he one-shots her. Pretty much that. Goes in with extended poke combo. Takes her down very easily, and now it's just Kazakhs can't do anything, they can't respond to this pressure. Now the team just has to play around caps and the game's over. He's also going to get all the plates here, so let's speed that up. Not that much happening, keep watching the minimap. You don't need to watch the tower die. Whenever you have time, watch the minimap. See, he's just checking for the wolves, trying to get all the gold possible. And his ult, he actually wants to go for crazy play. Doesn't work out, mostly because maybe Name didn't react in time, I think. But it's still, he'll still go down. It wasn't a good play by any means. Oblivion Orb, Sork Shoes. And this is what Caps likes to do. He never goes students, he always goes Nashers. Lethal tempo all the time into Mana Flow Band. And now he's just going to run it down and take it on him. Look, taking all the jungle camps. So if you look at the gold income, not only he has all the farm in the lanes, he's also getting fed from the jungle. 7k gold, Katarina 4k gold. Nobody even comes close. Takes tower, and this is where the enemy team just opens their base. Infernal Drake, fed caps on a hyper scaling champion. You're getting raped in every single lane. Excuse my bad language. And yeah, game is open. So I want you to remember that level 2 ward, okay? Or in general, when you want to pressure and when you want to play aggressive, put down the fucking ward. Map awareness, say it 10 times. Every single time, keep saying it in your head because this is what won the game. Playing with pressure, so understanding where the pressure is coming from. And so the basic is playing according to your own team's pressure and countering enemy pressure. And then just he kept debating them, only giving Katarina an opening to all in when it was good for him, and he knew that he will always win the trade. So I want to thank you for watching. If you want to say something to me or give a suggestion, comment below or hop on our Discord server. I will do my best to answer you. We have a good community here. And more videos, especially Caps, coming soon because he was spamming Azir like crazy during his rank 1 climb. So as always, thank you for watching and see you again next time.